All right, away we go. This is a practice test. It says that Cameron took 4 tests, and then his 4 tests were here. So since we're doing average, we want to total those tests. So that would be 270, I believe. 90, 170, 270, plus a 5th test that he scored X, and his average was 72. So that means when you divide all this up by 5, you get 72. Not the way I would have done it. I would have said since his 5 tests, his average is 72, I would have multiplied 72 by 5 automatically, because that means he scored 360 total points. So what does he have so far? 270. What does he want to have to get this average? 360. So the answer is 360 minus 270, which is 90. You'd have got the same answer as if you solved that equation. That would be a book-ish answer. I like mine better, where you times the average by the number of tests. Here's a cool one. They like the Venn diagram. It says, who does not raise cows? So you circle the cows area. These are all the people involved with cows. Who are the people not? 12 plus 2 plus 5. 19 is the correct answer. Okay? This is a cool one about probability. They love this stuff. There's a 25% chance of landing on each item. So if it's 500 spins, he should land 25%, 125. Will they all be exactly 125? Heck no. Some will be more, some will be less. But you'd have to agree with me that the red is significantly lower, huh? And the blue is significantly higher. So how should we adjust that? He should increase the red area, so more red, while decreasing the blue area. That will balance it and make it close to 125. Does that make sense? Okay. This is geometry, and it gives you an idea of how nasty this test is. We just did probability. We did average. Here comes geometry. A, B, C. A and C are congruent. B is a big old large obtuse angle. What do the 3 angles of a triangle? Y'all just came out of this class. So it would be 180 minus 143.6 divided by 2. So you would say these two each have to be 18.2. Hey, we just got through factoring, huh? Can you look at that and know the answer right away? I also have a program for it. It's called TrinFact. If you want to contact me, my email address is always supplied with my phone number as well. You can text me and get that information. But the answer is C, TrinFact. You can also check all of these products to make sure they're right. Haven't seen this? It's matrices, and all you do is distribute the 5 a la distributive property. So the answer is negative 20, 10, you got me, everybody gets multiplied. They call that a scalar. Everybody gets multiplied by 5, and the answer is J. Okay? This is least common denominator. You've got a program for it. It's called, it's called Greatest Common Factor on my programs. And if you just type in the 2 numbers, it'll give it to you. 15. You see, to service this many people, you would have to be divisible by that, or he wouldn't be able to distribute it. So if they all distributed evenly, I couldn't have 30 people because the 75, 30 doesn't go into 75. so it doesn't make sense to call that. This one's a bit of a struggle. I call this translation. The initial speed in miles an hour of a certain car that skids to stop can be estimated by multiplying the length of the skid by 35 and then taking the square root of that. See how I just translated it into words? So, according to this method, what is the estimated amount with a 108-foot skid? So you would just take the square root of what? 108 times 35. Okay? And I actually have a Simplify Radical program that you could use for that. It would take out the number for you. It's called SimpRad, and it gives you the answer H. So that's program SimpRad. If you're interested in your programs, you can contact me, and I'll send them to you via email. This is a biggie. If they want X by itself, I'm going to rewrite it. Add 1 and divide by 5, right? So that is the right answer. By the way, they might make you split the 5 and say 6y over 5 plus 1/5, but not this time. The answer's right there. Everybody hates this one. It's the boat is moving at 30 miles per hour, and they want to know it in feet per second. Well, how many feet are in a mile? Oh, they gave it to us. So this is the way I always teach this. Oops, I did it. 5,280 feet is 1 mile. I do that so the miles cancel. This is old unit cancellation from what's that class? Chemistry does it. They don't tell you how many seconds are in an hour, though. It's 3,600. So 1 hour has 60 times 60 seconds in an hour. So that's a good thing to know. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. So 3,600 seconds are in 1 hour, and that's going to give me the answer. It's going to be 30 times 5,280 divided by 3,600. It goes perfectly. It's 44. Having fun yet? This one is a plug-in. You're asked to plug in 3 seconds after launch. So on your calculator, take out your calculator and go 3 STOW-X. STOW is right above the on button. Oh, I can do this one. I don't even need the programs. The programs I would be showing you, but I have been unable to load them on here. You could stow any number as a variable on the calculator. I showed you this before. So what I would do is I would go 3 STOW, and why type T in when you could just type X? Okay, and then you just have to type the equation. Negative 4.9 x squared. So it'd be negative 4.9. This would go very fast if I wasn't on this device. Have to keep switching back. Plus 30x. And what was the last thing? Plus 55. So it does it to you right away. That's how you plug in. It's 100.9, easy cheesy, easy points. The answer is B. All right, what's this probability? Oh man, the numbers 1 through 30 are written on a piece of paper, and then they want to know what is the probability that we'll draw a prime number. Well, what are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, this is terrible, 17, 19, 21's not, 23 is, 27's not, 29 is. So the probability that it'd be a prime number is 10 out of 30. Oh, but 10 out of 30 reduces, huh? Oh no, they don't make me reduce. There it is. So there's 10 primes. How's your SOHCAHTOA? SOHCAHTOA, you put the angle theta in the right triangle. Sine stands for what? It's also written as a cheat sheet on my program Chief, if you forget it. Chief has the SOHCAHTOA program. Anybody wanting the programs is welcome to write me or call me, and I'll send them to you via email for those of you watching from New York and so forth. Sine is 5 over 13. That means the opposite side is 5. Here's the angle. Where's the opposite, y'all? It's away from. Where's the hypotenuse? Opposite the right angle. And then the tangent stands for opposite over adjacent. So the opposite is 5 and the adjacent is 12. So what's the cosine? The cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. It's 12 over 13. Choice A. You can put this into my programs, or just use elimination. If you times the top one by 2, it will eliminate with the bottom one. It eliminates totally, huh? So when I times this by 2 and add it, hasta la vista, everybody, 0 never equals 16. So what is the answer? There is no, the program Simul will do that for you. Again, same jazz as with the programs. You're welcome to call me. This one is funny, and I've been noticing already with the 2 tests that I've had that this is pretty common. If you times y plus 7 3 times, the first term is going to be y cubed, because you get this times that. I really don't want to do the whole thing if you don't mind, but there's going to be a y cubed, there's going to be some y squared term, there's going to be some y term, and then there's going to be one without anybody. So without wasting a lot of time, what does the answer have to be? Because the others are missing people. Well, why would you be missing people if it was minus and a plus and they would cancel each other? If it's all the same thing, how's it going to cancel? So I noticed that on the test in October, that was the one that didn't make the video. Remember? We talked about it yesterday. This is my famous ratio trick. I use it a lot in geometry and obviously here. If the ratio is 5 to 3 to 2, who are the numbers? 5x, 3x, and 2x. And the sum is 180, whoosh. 10x is 180. Add them up. Divide by 10, x is 18. But be careful, the answer's not 18. What do they want? They want the smallest of the numbers, so that's 2x, 36. Watch that, suckers. This is on my friend's Algebra 1 test today. What do we have to do to that minus? We have to distribute it, huh? So everybody in here is liar, pants on fire. Minus 6y squared, minus 6x squared, minus 4xy plus y squared. So what is the final answer? X squared minus 6 is negative 5. Hasta la vista, baby, to the y squared. It's 5x squared and a minus 4xy. Isn't that choice A? Imaginary numbers. The square root of 9 is... The square root of negative 16 is 4i. So there's your answer. Okay, and all you have to do, if you followed my instructions in the pre-class, is be in A plus BI mode. If you're in A plus BI mode, it'll do imaginary numbers for you. So all I have to do is type in the question. What's the square root of 9 plus the square root of negative 16? Easy cheesy. Okay? So if you're in a class and you haven't had imaginary numbers yet, don't worry. The calculator will take care of you. Okay? An arithmetic sequence. Oh, these are trouble. 7, 21, 35, 49. Hey, what are they doing each time? They're adding 14, huh? So when I get to the 25th term, it'll be 7 plus, how many times did I add 14? 24 times. So the answer is 7 plus, you get it, because you're one behind the adding. So it's 27 plus, 7 plus 24 times 14, 343. You get what you're one behind? The first term don't get the 14. The second term only gets 114. The third term only gets, so you're one behind. So if I said, what's the 100th term, we would be getting the 14 99 times. You got me? That's an important point of counting. The other thing would be to take the calculator and go plus 14 like a fool and hit it that many times. But that would be silly and a waste of time. Huh? This is similar triangles. At a certain time of the day, a flagpole casts a 9-foot-long shadow. Well, the last time I looked at shadows, they were on the ground, huh? And a nearby 4-foot fence casts a 2.4-long shadow. So what's this answer? Y'all remember ratio proportion, huh? X over 9 equals 4 over 2.4. Best bet we can guess the answer. Looks like it's got to be double, but not quite. I would guess J without solving it, but I better not trust myself. It would be 36 divided by 2.4. Oh, I was wrong. It was H. Having fun? This is nothing but special right triangles, and I know these triples. Okay, what's going on here is this program you could use is the LAGE program. The LAGE program will find this for you. It's 24. How did I know that so fast? Too many years of teaching. It would be 7 squared plus x squared equals 25 squared, and that's the 7, 24, 25 triple from geometry. Anybody remember that? And what's this one? This one's the 5, 12, 13. You can do the same thing. X squared plus 24 squared equals 26 squared, or use the LAGE program. The LAGE program will give it to you right quick. It's 10. So what is the question here? What is the length of BC? Well, BC is the same as this length, which is 10 plus 7, 17. In a particular cleaning solution, the ratio concentration to water is 3 to 40. So how many cups should be added? Wait, what are they doing? In a particular, help me out. The ratio of concentrated solution to water is 3 to 40. So how many cups of concentrated solution should be added to 5 gallons of water. So we got to figure out how many cups is 5 gallons of water, huh? Well, 4 quarts is a gallon, so that means 20 quarts is 5 gallons, and then we have to times it by 4 to get 80, huh? So we have 80 cups of water, so guess what? 6 double, huh? This is f of 5, which means plug in 5 to the function. Ooh, this is going to be ugly. You have E on your calculator. It's 7. Where is E? It is second division. To the power, what was it, 5 times 3? And then a plus 1 on the outside. So that was giving me a very large number, 22883122, and let me guess, the answers are in exponents. So how do you do exponents? You count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be 2.2 times 10 to the 7. Okay. There's a program for this. It's called rad degree. And all you do is multiply by pi over 180, and that's going to give you 2 pi over 9. The rad degree program will switch it for you. Graph shift. Everybody should know this, huh? In the static coordinate plane, the transformation is the f of x is lowered 4. The minus 4 is outside the function. So what would x squared look like? What would negative 9x squared look like? Be upside down and skinnier, and lowered 4 units. So it would go down like this and be graphed. So the answer is shifted downward 4. Should we go over the others? What would left 4 be? Plus on the inside. Horizontal and vertical would be timesing it or dividing it. All right, who's having fun? We're solving for who? B, huh? Now, y'all know me pretty well by now. The first thing I would do is times everybody by 2. Then to solve for B, I would subtract, divide by A, and then what's the last thing? Take the square root. And of course, we don't see that because they factored the 2 out. Conditional probability based on the table. On a trip, 2 sisters counted 1,430 vehicles. And here's the categories. So what is the chance that a randomly selected truck is black? Well, how many blacks were there? 178 were black, huh? So, 178 black trucks. Ooh, I misread it, huh? It's randomly selected truck. Scratch that. So how many trucks are there? That's the denominator, huh? So you see what they did? They switched the denominator on me, but I wasn't falling for it. When I reread it right here, it's a randomly selected truck, not one of the cars, huh? So the denominator's 479, and how many black trucks are there? Got me? They love that question. In fact, that's a leftover from the old ACT. I got to give you this one and then apologize to you. I've done this one in geometry for years. The 6 spokes make a 60, 60, 60. Remember that from geometry? So if the diameter is 18, all of these guys are 9, huh? Which makes all the sides 9. So the answer is 6 times 9. Remember that from geometry? Tanya earns $34,000 in her first year, and then is given a raise so that her 4th year is 38. Oh, I'm gonna need a calculator. First year, 2nd year, 3rd year. What's her 4th year? Right? So now, what is her total earnings during the 4 years? So first, I got to get the raise. Huh? So she received 1, 2, 3 raises. And the raises, see how all this is counting, y'all? So the raises are 4,080. So each raise is 1,360. So that means she must have earned 35,300 here, and then another 1,360, 36,720, and then show off me. I got to add it one more time and make sure we land on the 4th year. Huh? So what's her total for the 4 years? You add up 34,000. Plus 35,360, plus 36,720, plus 38,080, and I get 144,160. C. Almost done. How many points are both 5 units from the origin? Well, if you're 5 units from the origin, where are you? You're on the circle whose radius is... Y'all didn't learn that in geometry? If you're 5 units from the origin, what do you have to be? On this circle. And 2 units from y equals 0. Well, y equals 0 is this line, huh? So if you're 2 units away from that line, you've got to be on the circle right here, huh, at 2. So isn't it 4 points? They love this one. This was on the October test as well. You watching? Angle A is smaller than B. What does that mean? That means that the side over here, opposite, is bigger than the side over there. And what's C? B is less than C. That means what? That this one's the greatest. Huh? So AB is the biggest dude. That's got to be right here, huh? AB is bigger than AC is bigger than BC. Let's see. I sell 4 kinds of pie. Well, this is adding fractions. 1/4 are apple. 1/2 are pecan. Well, doesn't 1/4 plus 1/2 make 3/4? So 3/4 of my pies are either apple or pecan, huh? 24 are coconut cream and 8 are peach. That means that 32 represent 1/4 of the total. So that means times them by 4, you would have to have 128 pies. So 1/4 plus a half, 3/4. You could have stopped there, I guess. No, they didn't tell you how many were apple or pecan. The 32 represents 1/4 of the total. Does that make sense? So the total would have to be 128. And that's what they were asking. I thought they were going to make me go another step. In a quadrilateral, what do? Draw one. Two opposite angles, each measure 3x plus 5. Heard that before, huh? And the other two are x plus 3. So what do the 4 angles have to add up to be? 360, huh? So 6x, 7x, 8x plus 16 is 360. Please, somebody do that on the calculator for me. 360 minus 16 divided by 8, 43, whoosh. This one's going to bother you. This is called, I forgot what it's called. It's a series that's defined with an equation. So, AN is the next term, is equal to, read this as the previous term, plus the number minus 1 squared. So, for example, A2 is 3 equals 2 plus 2 minus 1 squared. That's how they arrive at 3. So what would be A5? See what we're adding? We're adding 1, 4, then 9. So the next time we're going to add 16. And the next time we're going to add 25. Because you're adding the next square. You can reason that out tons of ways. Alright, mutually exclusive events means the two can't happen together. So the probability of both happening is 0. What can I not do when I flip a coin? I can't flip heads and tails at the same time. They're exclusive. So what's the probability of me flipping a head and a tail? 0. All right, here you go. This is what I was promising you. See if you remember. X minus 3 means 3 goes on the shelf. The opposite number goes on the shelf. And then the coefficients go right here, huh? So 1, 1, -8, and -12. Drop, multiply, roll. Multiply, roll. This is called synthetic division. And yay, what happens? It goes in evenly how many times? X squared plus 4x plus 4, which factors how? X plus 2, x plus 2. So there are only 3 factors, and this is on your test tomorrow, huh? X minus 3 means one of the answers is 3. X plus 2 is the other answer, -2. And you don't need to say the -2 twice. Okay? So that's synthetic division. You might want to re-roll that because it was on the October test, a similar type question. I rode my bike every day for 18 days. Oh, they want the median. This is sneaky. If I ride for 18 days, that means 9 are the upside and 9 are the downside. 2 plus 4 plus 3, that means for 9 days, I rode either 4, 3, or 1, and for 9 days I either rode 5 or 7. So where's the median? It's right here. It's right here. It's right between 4 and 5. 4.5. Okay? Ugh. A tourism selected 100 tourists. How many cities did you visit on your trip to Spain? What is the best estimate of the mean? Well, 10 people visited one city. How many cities is that? It's all based on total, huh? 40 people visited 2 cities. How many cities is that? 80, huh? And 50 people visited 3 cities. Total number of cities is 10 plus 80 plus 150. So that's 240 cities divided by how many people? We ain't estimating this. We're getting it, huh? 100 into 240 is 2.4. Okay. What must be true of x if the fourth root of x is y, then x has to be positive, because you can't take the fourth root of a negative number. All right, this is called greatest and least with a fraction. You want the greatest value, so you want the top to be as and the bottom to be. So we want m to be the biggest it can be, 4, and we want n to be the smallest it can be, and we want p to be the smallest it could be. There's your answer. 1/8. Get it? Put the numbers in the size that they should be. Oh, standard deviation. That's how much we deviate from the mean. Well, how much does J deviate from the mean? Not at all, huh? Okay. This could be close. These don't deviate too much. I'm wondering which one is this? Which one do y'all think? I think it's F, because the mean of both is 5, and these are all 5 away, and these two are only 4 away, huh? So F is going to have the largest deviation. Looks like you could use volume of cylinder, huh? So the inside diameter is 18, which makes the radius 9. And he put the gravel in, and the gravel made it rise 2 inches. So isn't that how much the gravel volumes? It must be the difference of 2 inches in the volume, huh? So just do volume of cylinder. Oh, they don't give it to you. You can use the program volume of cylinder. Oh, I'm sorry, that's volume of cone. Volume of cylinder is one of the last programs on the list, and it's just pi r squared h, so it's 81 pi times 2. The height raised is 2, so it would be 162 pi. You could use your program for that. Practice that right now. Am I done? We did this in class, didn't we? H of f of g of some number a gives me 1. So what do? I plug them in. Is the answer 2? Well, what's g of 2? 5. What's f of 5? 3. What's h of 3? 5. No good. I think the answer's 5. They would do that to me, huh? And make the last one the right answer. Let's see. What's G of 5? 1, huh? What's F of 1, gang? I get 2. And then what's H of 2? Yay! It was the last one. And look how we ended with an expected value. Expected value is the probability times the value. Did I go over that with y'all? If I flip a coin and it lands heads and we win $10, what's the expected value? 1/2 times 10. So what's this? The probability of landing face up is 3 times the probability of landing face down. So up is 3x. Down is just 1x. Huh? The player wins. Oh, by the way, it's 3 times as likely to be heads as tails. That's 4 probabilities. Huh? So 3 out of 4, it lands up. You need to translate that into probability. And 1 out of 4, it will land face down. So if in a game the player wins $1 when it lands face up, and $2 when it lands face down, there's your expected value. It is 3/4 because 3 out of every 4 times. You get that? If I say I'm twice as likely to pass the test as fail the test, that would mean what? 2 out of 3 times I'm going to pass, and 1 out of 3 times it's going to fail. This one's 3. So this would be 5/4. Put that in your calculator. You'll get 5/4, which is $1.25. Well, that's all, folks. Thank you for paying attention to the video. Please hit subscribe on my video, and don't forget to smash that like button. If I get enough likes, I'll make a lot of money. Good day.